I really love flirting. I think it's super fun and I think it's super necessary.
In the beginning of a relationship to the end and anything in between, flirting is the most important part.
On a scale from 1 to 10, it's about 100.
Oh, I feel like I'm flirting with the camera now.
And even if you think that you sound silly or maybe a little bit cheesy, just make a compliment out of it. I mean, girls eat that shit up, you know? We love it.
Foreplay just doesn't start, you know, when you start getting touchy-feely with each other. Foreplay for me, I actually personally think, starts when you talk to each other, when you're flirting with each other, when you're trying to win them over and seducing them.
It can be a really crucial, pivotal part of, you know, escalating that interaction to the next level.
Kind of creates that like good tension. Like it can be sexual sort of, or it can be really playful and fun.
Try this move at the right time, of course. Game over. Taking a piece of her hair, unless she's got super short hair, and tucking it behind her ear, then basically drawing your hand down her chin is just so delicate and so intimate. Honestly, it will melt us girls.
I had this one guy who like came up to me at a bar one time and he was like, have you ever played the movie game? He proceeded to explain to me this fun little game where it's like you just basically go back and forth talking about like facts from movies, and it was such a cool icebreaker and also such a cool way to flirt.
If there's one takeaway from this video, I hope it's that you hold eye contact with a woman. It shows that you're confident.
When you're able to hold that eye contact, that's when it actually takes things to the next level.
The key thing for us when flirting is to feel like we are the center of your attention.
Too little is gonna make you feel awkward. Like I've had where guys approach me and they will say something to me and they kind of look down and they're just like, hello, hi, what are you doing? But, you know, too much eye contact too is like so creepy, right?
If a guy approaches me and he can't even look me in the eyes, first thing I think of is he's insecure.
One thing that women never want is to be talking to some guy and have him be like, oh yeah, totally, I do the same thing. No person wants to be talking to somebody like that.
There's a difference between this and this.
Creates this intimacy between you. It creates this tension between you two as well. And it shows that you're actually confident in the fact that you really like us and that you're not afraid to show that.
Keep the gaze just a little bit longer than a glance, and it's really gonna let them know that you're interested and show that you want to maybe talk to them further.
It'll let her know that she has your full attention, that you are listening, that you are paying attention, because she's gonna know like, this guy is only interested in me and I don't have to do anything extra. I can just be myself.
It should be the look like, I want to take your clothes off right now.
One trick that you can do is look at her in the left eye, the right eye, the mouth, and then do it again and pause in between.
Okay, we're so getting married.
Touching is definitely a part of flirting, but I think there's certain zones that you should touch and shouldn't touch depending what sort of signals that you want to send across.
For me personally, it's really hard to feel connection with someone if the person doesn't touch me or I don't touch the person.
Touching is a huge part of flirting.
It's super important to establish that connection. Mental, emotional, and physical.
Just read her body language.
It's about pacing yourself and making sure that even if you want to kind of go in for the kill, that you don't. So I wouldn't touch, you know, this sort of zone or the bottom sort of zone.
I would do it someplace on her hands or her arms, someplace that doesn't have too much of a sexual undertone.
Really like a touch on the arm or something like, it was great to meet you. Like you just like a little touch on the arm or something like that, or even like the shoulder, something like that. Like you don't really, in that very first interaction, you don't want to go any more than that.
If I touch a guy's arm or I touch his back or I touch his leg, like I am flirting with you. I am definitely trying to get your attention.
If we seem into you, holding our hand, it's just the best. We totally love it.
We love you when you take our hand because it shows that you are becoming almost a little bit coupley with us, even if you're not, okay? Don't go and assume that we want to go and marry you and this and that, or that you have to commit to us.
You start touching her and then you just gauge her reaction to your touch.
If you're touching our upper back, it can be a bit like, she's a mate sort of thing. If you're touching us in our small of our back or our lower back, it's a little bit more of an intimate area. Just make sure that hand doesn't go further down south onto the bum. That's kind of, you know, pushing the boundaries a little bit.
We can touch our, like, you know, our leg, like maybe our knee or something like that. Like, don't go too high.
Maybe you're guiding her to a different part of the room or whatever. You want to like put your hand on the small of her back or something like that. I think that's fine.
Love that when a guy like leads you in somewhere or something like that. That's a really great way to touch and make her feel comfortable without being like threatening.
But simply touching our knee or just above the knee and resting your hand there, not necessarily stroking us, is going to make us feel very feminine, and it's going to, again, you know, make us feel safe in your presence.
My favorite way to flirt is I'm super sarcastic, so I'll throw in a couple like cheeky jabs here and there, and it keeps things light and playful.
Guys who can hold an intelligent conversation and be confident in an intelligent conversation, and any guy who can make me laugh, like, that's my favorite thing.
I personally love playful teasing, and I love sarcastic comments. I love guys who are smart asses.
I normally try to be funny, I guess, or make a funny comment on something and just kind of go from there. And so I really love anything that can create like a smiling interaction. That's my favorite kind of flirting.
Guys, if a girl is biting her lips, indication that she actually does want to be kissed and she's interested in you. And most of the time she'll be biting her lip or licking her lips without even realizing it, because it's just kind of what you do.
One guy one time, you know, we were at a friend's birthday party and he just started like asking me these really weird but like hilarious questions, and started asking me things like, if you were a kitchen utensil, what would you be? And it was so fun and it was flirty and it was a very natural conversation, and it made me feel so at ease with him because I was able to like feel like I could be myself and joke around with him.
If you're going out to a bar or a restaurant or something like that, and she orders a glass of wine, if she is stroking that stem, again, it actually indicates that she is flirting with you and that she's interested in you.
It's a good idea to let her speak. Like, so many guys sit there and they'll be talking about themselves and talking about themselves and talking about themselves, and they won't even let a girl get 2 words in. Let her talk.
It's definitely by doing something with my hair and always exposing some part of my neck. If I want to flirt with my man, I like to expose that part and I like to bring attention to that part, okay? Whether it's just simply running my hand through it and drawing it down, and I do slow sort of sensual movements.
And I love when a guy just like does like this. Like, it's just like not like up in my face necessarily, but just like does like that, and it just, you're just like, aw, that was so cute, thanks.
Just practice. Flirt with everyone. Flirt with every girl you meet in a club, and you will see that very soon you will get more confident.
Now, of course, when you actually go up to her, it's important that you have a conversation. So if you haven't already downloaded our conversation cheat sheet, then make sure you do it right now. All you need to do is simply click the image at the bottom of the screen. In this cheat sheet, we're going to give you simple techniques to make sure that you never run out of things to say. We're also going to tell you how to initiate conversation no matter what the situation. And of course, we're going to show you how you can accelerate the interaction between her so that you can take it to the next level, plus so much more. And honestly, guys, if you're someone who actually really struggles with meeting a woman and knowing what to say, where to go, how to actually set a great first impression beyond what it is that we're actually teaching you, then I really, really strongly suggest that you check out our bootcamp schedule. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm Renee Slansky for the Attractive Man team. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to share it with your mates. And of course, tell us your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. Until next time, bye for now.